Okay, good morning. Day 4. Here I am in Ouray, Colorado. I've only moved about 40 miles since I last checked in yesterday, but there are 40 arduous off-road miles. I went over Engineer Pass. If you saw my post, I climbed a 14er in the morning, so by the time I got on the bike, I was pretty exhausted. Engineer Pass proved to be way beyond my wildest dreams as far as technical difficulty and scenery. It was just mind-blowing. I wanted to stop every minute and take pictures, and I took as many as I could. I started a photo album of all the fall foliage pictures here in Colorado. You can see it at flickr.com/bcycles, and I'll try to upload that whenever I get a chance. Engineer Pass was, like I said, about 40 miles over. I crossed it in about 4.5 hours, so that gives you an idea of my average speed. The only other vehicles I saw up there were ATVs, and the road was extremely loose, rough, and the hairpin turns going up, along with the altitude, made it pretty difficult for the engine of the bike. Going down on the other side proved even more difficult because a lot of these hairpin corners had these rocky ledges where I had to drop the bike down along with these huge drop-offs, so I was taking that pretty cautiously. The views from the top of Engineer Pass were just spectacular. You could see all the San Juans, Mount Sneffels, and behind you the Matterhorn and the Wetterhorn, which I had climbed that day. It was just fantastic. Dropping back down into Ouray from Engineer Pass, you leave the Alpine Loop, which is a little bit more traveled, and I came down on California Gulch, which travels through a couple old mines. And these are old mining roads, and a lot of them just not maintained. The width of the road narrowed, and started to encounter a lot of these medium-sized boulders, which were hard to keep a balance on the bike. I dropped the bike 3 times. On one hand, it felt good to get the crashes out of my system. First crashes on the bike. They were slow-speed crashes, so I didn't get too hurt. I did end up cracking one of my rear cases on the left-hand side. One lesson I did learn is just to be... You can't really rush when you're on a motorcycle, especially when you're tired. That's when you start to slip up, and it really doesn't take much to lose your balance when you're dealing with a 700-pound bike. So I really should have stopped earlier yesterday, but instead I dipped back down to Highway 550, pretty steep downhill. Like I said, these mining roads are just insane. You follow California Gulch, and you have this 300-foot drop-off to these waterfalls below you, and they dynamited out the road in the side of the canyon wall. So you just have this just no fall zone, and the scenery was epic, but my nerves were on end. First thing I did when I got down to Ouray here was hit up the Ouray Brewing Company and get a couple beers in me and just kind of calm my nerves. Anyway, here we are off of Camp Bird Road. This is the first time that I've camped out in a campground. Up behind me we have Imogene Pass. It's awesome, beautiful day here, bluebird skies. I actually waited to start out today. Because these canyons are so narrow, we don't really get light in the canyon until around like 10 o'clock. So that's what time I'm heading out today. We're going to head up Camp Bird Road over Imogene Pass and into Telluride. So it's sure to be another epic day, and we'll check back in tomorrow. Peace.